Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Life can come at you rather fast. 1 minute you're... Wait a minute, that's probably going to start turning into a song. So I better dismiss that. Let's have a look at this article from 2021. 7 months old, as you can see from the top. James Bond was basically a rapist. In early films, says No Time to Die director Cary Fukunaga cites scenes from Thunderball that wouldn't fly today as new film aims to redress franchises' gender politics. Remember No Time to Die? Well, thankfully, I should really say, it's just a lingering memory in the back of my head. It was terrible film. Just the nuts of Bond was just castrated. God awful film. That it coined the phrase, the name for Lashana Lynch as Lasagna Lynch, which is a beauty because she just popped up in the latest Doctor Strange film. But it just absolutely neutered Bond. It, again, made a mockery of him. It was dreadful. And then, of course, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, they kill him at the end. It's the ultimate indignity. Just kill him at the end. Which wraps up the narcissistical story of Daniel Craig's Bond. Started off so well, ended like a piece of crap. But the director, of course, calling this out. The director of No Time to Die, the 25th Bond film, has said that Sean Connery's version of the character was basically a rapist. And now this refers to a scene where he says, I suppose my silence could have a price. And then she says, oh, you don't mean, oh, no. And he goes, oh, yes. Some might say that's just a bit of banter, you know. But of course, we live in current day. And current day, you can't even look at a freaking woman without some accusation being made. Hell, people on Twitter, the most balanced mentally, you know, those balanced people on Twitter, some of them, of course, have been claiming that people have been love bombing them. And that is also a form of sexual misconduct. Love bombing. You can't compliment people nowadays. You can't do anything. And then women, then you see these articles and all these feminist rags going, why can't I, a successful middle-aged woman, find a man today? No one wants to end up as a bloody headline in a newspaper. That's why, darling. Oh, you're being so misogynistic. No, I'm not. I'm being chauvinistic. There's a difference. Learn it. So, yeah, he did the old thing, you know. Hey, I'm a male ally. You'll never guess the next headline that I'm going to bring up. What is it Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers always says? Those who shout the loudest have the most to hide. And here we are. Acclaimed director Cary Fukunaga accused of sexual harassment. 3 young women have now accused the James Bond director of naughtiness and OK groomer after his women's rights post on Instagram. Okay. Now, there's a little bit more to this story. Gotta go into it, obviously. But, isn't it always the allies? What do we keep saying as well? A male feminist is basically a sexual predator. Last week, director Cary Yoji Fukunaga critically lauded for the latest Bond film, which Had to make a lot of money to break even, but just broke even. Jane Eyre and the first season of True Detectives became the latest inductee. By the way, this is coming from Jezebel, so expect plenty of misandry in this article. Become the latest inductee of the Predators Club after 3 young women accused the 44-year-old director of OK Groomer during respective projects with them. It all started when Fukunaga, like any self-respecting male ally, oh, cat ladies, they're so funny. Took to his Instagram story to comment on the news of that Roe versus Wade business that's going on. Rachel Vinberg, or Raquel Vinberg, a 23-year-old actress and skater, promptly reposted a screenshot of their Fukunaga's story, Carrie's story, adding, "So he posted this today, and it pissed me off because he literally doesn't care about women. He only traumatizes them. I've spoken to many girls. F you, Carrie." Vinberg also shared a selfie with Fukunaga, writing, "I spent many years scared of him. Man's an OK groomer and has been doing this shit for years. Beware women." In the days that followed, Vinberg continued via a series of videos and posts on her Instagram story, now saved as highlights, oh boy, on her profile as Carrie Part 1 and Carrie Part 2. She explained that she first met on a commercial shoot when she had just turned 18. Right. I'm definitely not somebody to defend groomers, but she was 18, so he didn't groom you. You weren't under 18, you didn't meet, and he didn't groom you till you got over the age of 18. No. You were 18, you were legal age. Now, this is 5 years ago, so you're 18 and he would have been 39. So I absolutely agree that it's creepy. A 39-year-old man with an 18-year-old woman? That's what you are. Yeah, not what I'd do personally, but it was legal. I mean, you know, we have laws for a reason. I definitely think there's a complete unbalance in world life experience, what on earth you would have in common. So clearly he's going after her for other things, let's just say. But is it a groom? It's not a groom. You're trying to turn it into something it isn't because you're an actress and you're trying to get a paid gig out of this. Okay? Let's just be on the straight and narrow here. You're 23 and you're looking for work. And this is now a high-profile guy who she dated, by the way, for 3 years. So they were together for 3 years, according to her, before they split up when she was 21. Well, I should say, because I think he's married, they were seeing each other for 3 years, you know? They were seeing each other for 3 years before when she was 21, it was called a day. And a couple of years later, you know, she's been quiet for a long time, but maybe it's an opportunity has reared its head. I don't know. You might have a different opinion on this. That's fine. He'd all right, she's doing Cali speak. Jesus Christ. He'd like tell me to pretend I was his cousin or niece or sister in front of other people, she said in one video. Yeah, because he's a married man and he's having an affair with a young woman. Their relationship continued until she was 21 years old. And Vinberg said that by its end, they'd allegedly been completely, fully intimate. Right? You're 21. Even at 18, it's still legal. Not, I wouldn't recommend, but it's legal. That's why we have laws and legalities. And 18, you are an adult, so you're responsible for your own decisions. There could be good decisions, there could be bad decisions. I'm not trying to be a complete arsehole here. You know, you were probably whisked by the bright lights of Hollywood. You know, you're an actress and a skater and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, at 21, your foot, yeah. There's nothing illegal that's been done here. Like I said, it's more of a, I personally wouldn't, some might, but there you go. And it had to remain a secret, otherwise it would look bad for him. Well, yeah, because he's, it would look bad for him. Because at 21, he would be 42. 42-year-old man, 21-year-old woman. I don't know. That's called a midlife crisis to me, but there you go. He later bragged to some people that he was the second person I'd ever been with, she recalled. All right, so you weren't even a virgin when you met him, but I mean that's hey, that's just by the by. I'm just confirming what you'd said. Vinberg says since she'd sought therapy and was diagnosed with PTSD. It wasn't that bad in bed, was he? Oh, Jesus Christ. She also alleged that people close to Fukunaga are well aware that he's maintained relationships with young women. Okay. Are they legal? Because the next pair, because there's 3 women that have come forward. The next pair was a set of twins. He's going for it this time. And they were both 20 years old when he met them. I want to get to the point because they say, oh, he turned up to our house. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. She says she tried to contact Fukunaga to discuss how their relationship was inappropriate. To no avail. You're part of the relationship. You're part of the relationship. You can stop it whenever you want. It's still legal. Like I said, it's a bit creepy. I think it's a bit creepy of a man of that age going after a girl of 18. But, you know, it's still legal. So, yeah, it's creepy, but it's legal. And if you think that the relationship's inappropriate, then why are you in it? You have the agency to stop that. Ah, boy. I tried to reach out to him in the past about how he made me feel, and he's never taken accountability. He hurt my feelings. He hurt my fifis. He basically brushed me off. Darling, sweetheart, he's 40 years old. You're 18, 19, 20, 21, whatever years old you are at the time, right? You think he's after your fucking brain? You think he's after your fucking conversation at 18, 19? Don't be naive, and don't be ignorant either. Then I found out about all these other girls he did the same thing to, and it's like a pattern. He likes women. He likes women. Shocker. 2 of those women, twin sisters, Hannah and Kaylin, have since come forward to Twitter to allege similar behavior. The sisters wrote they were 20 years old when they met Fukunaga on the set of Netflix Maniac. Right. A dark comedy in 2018. So that's 4 years ago. So he's 39 again. So he's around about the same age, probably 39, 40. You're 20. That's legal. There's no grooming here. Again, not personally a choice I would make. I think it's way too young. I don't understand how you'd... Unless, of course, you're only after one thing, which it seems quite apparent if this is a pattern of behavior that he's after, which men do. Some men do, some men don't. Some women do, some women don't. At 20 years old, there's no grooming here. You're an adult. Take fucking responsibility for your own actions. For 3 years after, Fukunaga alleged pursuing both of them, inviting them to spend time with him in London while he worked on No Time to Die, and later to his farmhouse during the quarantine. There's a bit where they say he turned up to our house unannounced, and then the next thing they say, we all got into the hot tub together. So you're saying he turned up to our house unannounced as a bad thing. Then we got into the hot tub together. Okay. So he turns up to the house unannounced, but you were quite happy for him to go into the hot tub with you. And of course, you can probably guess the rest, folks. He tried to get the twins and him in a menage a trois, and they weren't having it. So they said no. So he made not necessarily a pass, but he made an interest or an inquiry, and he got turned down. And then he left. He didn't do anything to you. He didn't. Look, I'm all for going after the right people, yeah? But all of these women were legal. And sure, as I've stressed many times, I personally wouldn't do it, and I think it's a bit creepy. And I do think it's an exertion of power by him, thrill, and basically carnal desire. Going after his midlife, going through, starting his midlife crisis, aren't we all, darling? And then he goes off after this young breed, but you're all adults. Naive, maybe. Whisked up in the whole sort of excitement, thrill, whatever you want to call it, of him, but you engaged with him in a relationship of sorts, some sexual, some maybe not. So you are responsible for your own behavior. So even though I think the guy's a bit of a creep, absolutely, a bit inappropriate, you could say so, but it's legal. And it's about time that these women that made these accusations take responsibility for their own actions as an adult. And stop wasting this time with Me Too's and all that. But Me Too's, you notice that they come with multiple people at once, which means they're coordinated attacks. These are coordinated attacks. Now, this isn't the only instance in literally the last couple of weeks or so of another Me Too push. We had Frank Langella, Bill Murray, and just a couple of days ago, Fred Savage as well. And when you have all of those in such close proximity to each other, and then this, the whole thing looks coordinated. Why? I personally think this is a response to the Depp Heard trial. I think this is a response to the fact that she's getting absolutely annihilated, regardless of whether she wins the case or not. The person who's coming out of that court looking great is JD, not her. She's coming across exceedingly poorly. So I think this is a concerted effort to try and reignite the Me Too movement, to try and do something. But I don't think people are buying it. I mean, these stories here, they're pathetic. They're pathetic. They're adults. You can't claim that you don't have any agency when you're an adult. You can't claim to be a victim when you have control of your own destiny. When you can say no. When you don't have to turn up places. You don't have to accept invites. When you're not with them for 3 years and then claim, oh, I lived in terror. Oh, get out of it. Not one piece of evidence was brought forward. Just my feelings. My feelings were hurt. Well, guess what? A man went through, and he went through some young women, and he's in his 40s. and you think that he's interested in you for a long-term relationship, get out of here. You're fooling yourself. And you're just coming out and probably, in my eyes, making yourselves look like fools. And even though I've got no love for the guy whatsoever, this is another Me Too abuse in my eyes. Kel Surprise. But, you know, what do I think these women want? They want exposure. They want their name out there. She was very keen to say that I'm an actress and a skater. Looking for some work. Go after a big target. And, of course, woke companies will flock to you to give you work. What a coinkadinkle story that seems to go on nowadays. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.